Trying.
Yeah,
I'm trying my absolute best.
That's how everyone is doing too. That's all. That's all one can really. That's all one can do, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's all one can do.
If you're doing your best, then anything that happens, it's not really on you again.
Nah, but it's facts, bro.
No, if I'm going to every single one of my lectures and you're telling me this topic is still not making sense, is that really my fault?
This guy will kill me, bro. This guy will
Dude. To be clear, this guy is joking. Please do all your extra reading and all of that. If you
please do put in effort outside of your lectures.
Oh my days. No, thanks though. Alright, welcome to the dish. Fiade and Koyejo helping me today, pretty much as usual. I feel like it's been a while since we actually
it's been since last year.
Yeah, it actually has been, because we've just been releasing the Christmas specials, which we which we pre-recorded and everything. So yeah, happy New Year, guys. What was kind of crazy?
No, just like how close we recorded everything, and then they didn't release for so long. And then Timmy would send me the links to like upload. It's like, oh, this one is out. And I'm just like, bro, it's been like a month.
Yeah, since we recorded that. Yeah. No, but I feel like so people definitely thought, like, some people thought I was like, because during Christmas we uploaded pretty much like almost every 2 days. Some people thought I was like recording like every single day, and I was like, no, I recorded all of this a long time ago, bro. So yeah, no, it wasn't
content creation.
Exactly, it wasn't nearly as like, for me, it wasn't nearly as stressful as people might have thought it was. But yeah, no. Let's jump into the appetizer, shall we? First one, we're going to beef on this one: Spotify versus Apple Music.
Okay, do you know what? We already know. We already know the answer to this one. Me and Anthony obviously teams.
Everyone that I'm so sorry, but everyone that is actually a human being knows the answer to this question.
Nah, bro.
Everyone that is an above average human being and is superior to the rest of you.
I don't get how you can breathe oxygen and use Apple Music, bro.
No, fast though. I don't understand this. I don't understand this at all.
I don't get it, bro. This guy is...
Look!
Please. I feel like I'm going to have to blur that out. We don't allow that on this podcast. Because, like, what are you actually, like, what are you showing Apple Music for?
It's disgusting.
What are you actually showing Apple Music
for? Because
for?
it's the best music streaming platform to exist.
Nah.
Aside from SoundCloud.
I feel like...
I can't
Nah. I feel like I'm gonna have
to all the people on SoundCloud that upload all the music that takes down, that just take it down from mainstreaming platforms.
No offense though. Nah, I feel like I would have to blur that still, because I don't understand why we're endorsing Apple Music. Like, actually, just no. That's like what's fun.
What phone do you have? Just out of curiosity, what phone do you have?
That's not important. That's not important.
Guys trying to flip an argument, bro. It's not. It's a dumb argument, bro.
It's a very, very dumb argument.
It's a dumb argument. Tell me. What do you use? Netflix or Apple TV? Netflix or Apple TV? What do you use?
Apple TV isn't real.
No, answer.
Apple TV isn't real.
It's not real. It's not a thing. Do you know the fun fact? Something I learned recently. Do you know that Spotify has never turned over a profit?
And couldn't be a streaming platform.
Yeah.
No, but think about it logic. I said logically. Guy didn't do economics. If firms
I did do economics.
I'm talking to Koyejo.
I did IG economics.
Sorry, that doesn't count.
bro, I'm to closure. If firms don't turn a profit, what they're trying to do is maximize their reach in the market. Spotify has the biggest reach in the market because they don't make a profit because it's cheaper, bro. Like, think about this.
Okay, good for them.
That's
good for them,
bro.
Don't mind.
Like, bro, are you a music streaming company or are you a map maker? Like, why are you trying to expand your reach? Like, make some money, bro. Get your money up, broke nigga.
This guy.
How can this guy say that? How can this guy say that? Bro.
Oh man, I just find this guy so much. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, as I was saying, in defense of Apple Music.
Oh my days, what a life. There is no defense for Apple Music. There is no defense for Apple Music.
I will keep on defending this as long as I have to.
No, there's no defense for Apple Music. I beg. Let's move on to the next thing on the episode. What's the best advice you've ever received?
I feel like that's. Oh, I know that. I know that easily. Best advice I've ever received from my mom, when she just told me that big problems will remain big until you break them down into smaller chunks and then just go from there. Because if you have a big problem in your face, you're not gonna solve it. But if you have small individual problems, that you can look at just small tasks that amalgamate to a big problem, then you solve it in no time.
But size, yeah, no. I think mine is similar. You know, mine because I think I've actually told you before, Fiade. It's like how it's how experts advise that you deal with paralytic poison, which is very specific.
Wait,
like,
what?
yeah, no, it sounds very weird because, like, realistically, what are the chances that you're going to find yourself in a situation during paralytic poison? But I think it's actually very applicable to other like facets of life as well, because basically, what experts say when you're dealing with paralytic poison is that instead of focusing on moving your body as a whole, you should focus on moving one small part of your body. So be it even just like the tip of your finger or like a toe or something like that. And then once you get like one little bit moving, the rest of your body would like start to move as well. Which sounds very irrelevant. But I think when you're facing a crisis, for me, the personal learning is that when you're facing a crisis, when you're facing a problem, focus on moving just like one little tiny bit. And then from there, the rest would start to kind of follow. So yeah. But I think that's the best advice I've ever received. I don't know, but it's up there, Sha.
It's the most meaningful.
It's therefore up there.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there. Yeah.
It's therefore up there.
What about you, Koyejo?
This guy's finna say something.
This guy's really thinking, bro.
Pocket. So out of pocket. I'm scared when Koyejo is silent.
No, so like genuinely like trying to think. Like, of all the pieces I can't really like think of anything like super profound right now, but because Fiade brought up his own mom, I'm going to steal a piece of advice that my mom basically used to tell me constantly when I was prepping for my A-levels, which is basically just focus on the end results that you're trying to achieve. Like, if you're going through something and it's looking hard, like it's looking difficult, you're struggling here and there, just remain, goal-oriented.
Yeah.
And they will usually, like, you know, if your goal is good enough or like if your goal is substantial enough, it should provide you with the motivation that you will need to be able to get through whatever it is that is troubling you at that particular point in time.
Yeah.
If that is the best piece of advice that I've ever received, I can't say for sure, but it's definitely like one of the most applicable.
No, definitely, it's up there, yeah. And also like very relevant to the episode and everything, because like uni, like I think it's very important to kind of keep in mind where exactly you're trying to go. Actually, isn't that the first, according to Sean Covey, isn't that the first habit of highly successful, what's the name of that book? Seven Habits.
7 Habits of Highly
Effective.
Yeah, something. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first one is begin with the end in mind.
Begin with the end in mind.
Yeah,
Sharpen the soul. All
of that. Yeah, exactly. See, yeah. So I'm pretty sure begin with the end in mind is the first one. If not the first one, then like the second one. So yeah, I think that was very important. I think like even so with regards to this episode, like uni and everything, I think it's impossible to just like drift through everything without actually knowing where you're going. I mean, it works for some people, so let me not say it's impossible. It works for some people, so let me not say it's impossible. But like, yeah, and I also personally, I also don't think like your goal can just be, oh, I want to be rich. But maybe that's just
like me. Give yourself a more
concrete,
like something that's quantifiable.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what me I think, Sha. Because if you just sit down and they think, in the future I want to be rich, I actually don't know whether that's like. Anyhow, Shasha, what's my own? What's my own? But yeah, before we continue, remember to check us out on Insta at The Dish with TBO. We have lots of Insta exclusive content on there, so be sure to head over and engage with us there, and also be sure to give us a rating on our podcast /Spotify. Do you guys want to guess take a quick guess what our Spotify rating is right now? Actually, I don't know.
Wait, because I don't.
That was very specific.
Spotify, I'm not familiar with your rating system.
Shh. Even myself, I don't know what it is. We'll find out now. Do they even do? Oh, it's 5 stars.
Matter.
Oh.
I mean.
Well.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
Can't complain. Should we see what it is on Apple Music? Oh no, Apple Music doesn't have podcasts.
Because Apple Podcasts exists.
Why should I have to use a whole different app to listen to podcasts?
Specification, bro. No, that diversifying your market nonsense. No, you become good at one thing, at one specific thing, and that's where you make all your money. That is literally, bro. It's science. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows diversification is the worst thing that ever made.
I feel like I was kidding. This nigga said specification. What?
He said none of that diversifying. He really said no to diversity, bro.
Guy said stay your lane, bro.
Mind your business. Learn how to do one thing and become good at it. That's all you need in life.
Fun fact. Do you know that you know that saying that's like what's it called now? That thing, jack of all trades. Yeah. Jack of all trades, master of none. You know that's not the full saying.
Sure.
Yeah. The full saying is from, I can't remember whether it's a Shakespeare play or whether it's just some other old dude.
Let's not get into Shakespeare.
But it's from some play, Sha. It's from some play, and it's actually a jack of all trades and master of. A jack of all trades may be a master of none, but he would always be better than a master of one. I think that's the full saying.
Whoa.
Now, whether you agree or disagree, that's a whole other what's it called. But yeah, that's actually the full saying, which I think is quite interesting. But yeah, anywho, let's leave that aside. Okay, so main course of the episode. It's taking us 13 minutes to get to the main course. Oh, goodness gracious. It's actually all his fault.
What does this have to do with me?
Main course. Yeah, we're just going to be talking about uni. We're going to talk about our uni experience so far. We're going to talk about our top tips for uni. And then we're also going to talk about like how finding balance is important and all of that. But firstly, we're going to talk about strikes because that's something that's happening all over the UK right now, which obviously also affects uni. And yeah, it's wild. It's crazy.
It is wild.
The UK is becoming Nigeria, bro.
No, it is.
The UK is actually becoming Nigeria.
I think this all goes back to the fact that the set of 2020 is cursed.
No facts, though.
Because why does this happen to our year?
Do you know what?
Yeah, we started uni.
Do you know what?
It just seems a little bit convenient.
Oh, bro. No, facts, I think
something is at work.
Something is in the water, bro. Something is actually in the water. Because what do you mean? Like, bro, Oh man, but yeah, no. What's a life? What's a life? No, literally, people in actually, I don't know who I feel worse for, whether it's our year or the people like in the year below us. Yeah, because I actually don't. No, it's either us or people in the year below us or people in the year above us. I think those are the 3 years that got most like disturbed by everything that's happened in the last like.
I can't lie.
3 years.
Right now, I just feel like the year belows are going through it, especially with the strikes. My standness is everybody has a constitutional right to strike, especially
which currently in parliament they're trying to do what's it called? Like right now, wait, let me get my facts straight. Yeah, let me get my facts straight. But there's something. You say Ojoro? No, but like literally, I can't remember what exactly it was, but there was something, Sha, that passed through the House of Commons. It's now up to the House of Lords, but it has to do with the right to strike, Sha. Let me try and get the exact news. Well, yeah, carry on in what you were saying.
Oh no, I was just saying that what's it called? That I just feel bad for like all these people because I saw a statistic. It was saying that today, 50% of like schools nationwide that were like publicly owned or whatever, like were like closed down or partially closed down.
Yeah.
So it's like people are not going to get education, but it's probably going to get worse moving forward because the government are not saying nothing. They're not increasing pay. Trade union is being very dogmatic on their stand, and they're not moving or budging either. So it's just who's more stubborn. Stubborn.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's very, very crazy.
3 months, aren't they?
No facts though. Imagine
A-levels and GCSEs are in 3 months.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's very, very crazy. And it's so wild to me how the government's like whole tactic through this has basically been to like antagonize people that are striking. I'm like, well, that's just in my opinion, that's just wrong. That is just wrong. I think for anyone that actually buys into the whole thing of like they just want money or whatever. I mean, I think if you actually break it down and think about it, you realize why that's actually not such a bad thing. Because you can't continually, some of these things, like when you actually talk to people that are striking or whatever, some of these things are actually crazy. Like some of these people have been dealing with like their pensions, like getting affected for the past couple of years. They have like salary as well. Obviously cost of living and their salary hasn't changed. Like bro, so yes, they want to be properly paid and compensated for the work that they do. And that's not a bad thing. So the whole thing about they just want money, like, yeah, they want to be properly paid. You know what I mean?
When you work is to receive pay.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like, yeah. And I also think because obviously I study law, and I was talking to one of my tutors who is striking, or rather he was talking to us. I wasn't really talking to him per se. He was talking to those of us in his tutor class, and he was saying like you must consider, right, especially for people like university staff. If you think about it, university staff are some of the most specialized like people in their fields that there are.
Yeah.
And to think that most of them could choose, if they wanted to, they could be working at like big corporations or whatever. If to them it was just all about money, they could be working at big corporations. They could be so for example with like law professors, right? They could be working for big corporate firms. They could be on nearly 200k, yeah, you get what I mean, or even over 200k, yeah. The fact that they are just like in universities, like teaching, is not because they don't have options or whatever. It's just because they genuinely want to. And so you must like consider like how does that argument hold up? How does the argument of they just want money hold up? If a lot of these people who are so specialized in their fields could be working at big corporate like companies, earning a lot more money if they wanted to, but instead they've chosen to teach, you get what I mean? And now that choice is being, used against them, and and they're not getting paid properly, So yeah, no, it's crazy. It's tough. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, people's education being affected is mad, but like, I mean, it's a very, very hard. Like, in my opinion, they have the right to strike, and they're not like what's it called? They're not in the wrong to do so.
They're not in the wrong. They really are not in the wrong.
It's not even like this is illegal or anything. Like if you did not have the physical right to strike, but you're doing it anyway. That is one thing. But this is something you're allowed to do. And the fact that you're doing it is being turned against you.
Yeah.
It kind of just feels like they're being taken advantage of.
Yeah. There was a John in Parliament that was like, I can't remember who it was, and I really don't want to say the wrong person's name because that's for obvious reasons. But I remember that there was like an argument in Parliament, and there was someone like talking about how like Labour is siding with people that are striking, they're siding with terrorists, and I was like, wait, what? I was like, bro.
My guy actually thinks my guy thinks he's in the Twitter comment section.
No, honestly, I was like, you did not just unironically, like, I was like, yeah, no, that was a bit dumb. But anyway, yeah, Fiade, you were saying.
I can't lie, because I do economics. I was just looking at the economic repercussions of all of this, and in the long run, it's not looking good. But I'm not gonna lie, this country is actually so bomb. Like, let's be like, it's terrible, bro. Like what do you think about it like this? So they did Brexit a few years ago. A bunch of people from the EU that were working here, guys, Japan said
they dipped.
So that's a decrease in the workforce.
Yeah, I read about this today. Yeah.
And then you then have what's it called? People who are economically inactive because of the pandemic. Who, like, older people choose to still live like a lockdown lifestyle because they're just used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Older people leave because pension plans are getting slashed, work culture is getting slashed, and everything. And then you have people who have long COVID, who have like serious health problems that they still are faced with today. So when you put all these factors, there's a shortage of the labor
of the workforce.
And what this causes is it just causes cost push inflation. And the more you decrease the workforce as the demand stays the same, you're going to see inflation rise, bro.
Inflation is really bad at the moment,
like crazy.
It's really, really bad at the moment. No, it's very, very crazy. Very, very crazy. But like, honestly, it's gonna sound like a joke, but you know that meme where Ronaldo was like, "Oh, is it God's house?" Facts though.
He wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying, bro.
He wasn't lying.
It really is a God's house now. I'm not even going to lie. Like, it sounds like I'm joking, but facts though, like literally, it actually is a God's house now. Like,
it is.
There's nothing else we can do. Unless like they decide to on Brexit themselves.
Now, do you get it?
The workforce.
But I genuinely feel like they would rather like. I don't even know what they would rather do than admit that Brexit was a mistake.
Yeah,
it was. It was like, bro,
such a stupid. Like, think about it.
Like, just that was a mistake. Like, if they did this 20 years ago, that was one thing. They did it right before COVID hit.
Right before COVID. Like, the timing on it is actually crazy.
Impeccable timing. I mean, I guess hindsight is 2020, but something that's always crazy to me is how, like, being an expert that no one listens to must suck. It really must. Because it's funny, like, if you think back to it, when like Brexit was going on and everything, experts were like, this is stupid, this makes no sense, it's going to cost us. Same thing with when Liz Truss and her whole like economic thing. Like, bro, every expert under the sun was like, my dear, it's not going to work. But like, she was still like, oh no, like, yeah, no, we can do this, blah blah, we can, like, literally, even as much as I hate to say it, even Rishi Sunak, like, in their debates, he was like, borrowing your way out of inflation is a fairy tale. It's not a plan. It's not going to work. And she was like, yeah, no, blah blah, like, I have so many like experts who support this idea. and here we are. And here we are.
I can't lie, man.
So, no, being an expert that no one listens to must actually suck because you're like, yo, I tried. Yeah.
Yeah, for real, though. It's like, bro, I told you. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I told you.
Exactly. It's like, yo, I tried, but like, here
it's
we are.
It's like you are right, but at what cost?
Exactly. Facts though. No, facts though. Because like what? No, but yeah, it's mad. It's mad. And it's actually it's long for uni students, man, because like
it is.
It's actually like, bro, what man, like literally having a lot of us first year dealing with like all these strikes, dealing with like cost of living, like all of that. It's actually insane. Especially like, bro, especially a lot of people who like I speak to a lot of people who their loan doesn't cover like their costs, basically, of like their cost of living, basically, like their loan doesn't cover it, and it's like, man, this is long. It's actually crazy, but you know what? It's in God's hands now.
It is in God's hands now.
It really is in God's hands now, honestly, because man, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, who would have thought, huh? Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Look at us. Who would have thought? Not me.
Nigeria is looking like no, we're not so different, you and I.
Oh man.
No facts though. Oh man, but yeah, no man. I love Nigeria, and you know I won't go so far. The UK is alright, I guess. But the state of things at the moment. Yeah, it is what it is, honestly.
At least, no matter how bad things get, I'll never say that I'd rather be in America, dude.
No facts though. Facts.
Can't catch me there, Sean.
Can't catch me there personally. Actually, let me not say that because just per chance one day they decide to send me there. We'll see.
Like before they say, excuse me.
You get yeah. They call me hard, bro. But Shasha, it is what it is. But yeah, no. What does it talk about uni generally? How are y'all finding uni?
Koyejo, do you want to go first?
This year, I told myself things were going to be different from last year. Because I halfway through, I was just like, damn, this thing isn't even that hard. So like, I'm gonna like full disclosure right now. I kind of just stopped turning up to lectures. I only used to go to labs. I would go for the occasional lecture. What I told myself was, if it's at 9 a.m., I'm not going. Everything else is fair game. Like if I'm more than 10 minutes late, then I won't go. Otherwise, okay, I'll go.
You know when they're like, don't try this at home.
Yeah.
Like, listeners, don't try this at home.
Do not try this at home, because come the end of the term, I just realized that there are so many things I didn't even know.
Who would have thought it?
Like, my guy didn't show up to lectures. He now just stood out his desk one day and he said, actually, I actually know.
I was just getting caught off guard constantly. Like, there'll be one coursework that I have to do. There'll be one quiz that I have to complete that I don't really understand. Don't get me wrong, I used to read the slides, but it wasn't the same. It was never going to be the same. And I absolutely bamboozled myself into thinking that I could hack it on my ones. I'm just looking back. What was I thinking? What was I thinking?
Oh my days! Wow, this dude.
Yeah.
What life?
Yeah. Don't do that at home.
Don't do this. Don't try it at home.
it's a bad idea. Turn on to all of your lectures. Like no matter how early it is, like if it's like 8 a.m., wake up at 7.
No,
like,
facts,
you don't have to eat before you go. Just brush your teeth, shower, and be going. You can eat after you come back.
Facts,
like, bro, as a uni student, like, do you understand what it means if you fail?
Yeah.
Like, do you realize how much money you put into this?
No. Like, I don't think guys understand, because if you fail GCSEs, like, you failed, you only failed GCSEs. Bro, when you fail uni, like, bro, that's your life isn't over, but it's like, it's a big hindrance.
It's like, do you have another 20K to put down to try?
Yeah. And even if you don't, like, pay for yourself, like, obviously, having wasted your parents' money, you won't feel the best. So,
wasting money, wasting 3 years of your life. It's like, bro, you're already here. Like, let's not have to do this a second time.
No, facts. No, I actually do believe that. No, take uni seriously, man. Take it serious. Obviously, like, have a balanced life. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Have a balanced life, but like, old Joe's like, just take it seriously, man. You don't want to, like, something I always kind of say to myself is, am I going to regret this later? You get what I mean? Like, and if you kind of think about it that way, just from anything generally speaking, be it even like just working hard, it's crazy, because later in your life you're going to look back and you're going to be like, man, like, I really wish I just like pushed myself a little bit more, and things could have been different. Now for certain people, it would all work out in the end. You get what I mean? And that's a blessing that it all works out in the end, whether you push yourself or not. But the way I always kind of think about it is, like, even if everything works out fine in the end, think about how much more fine it could have been.
It could have been
if you actually just applied yourself. Sure, you get.
I can't like it can be a mad endless cycle though, because like there's this thing I've always had in my head. When I was like a child, I always used to like do something to my fullest extent. So like I kick a football, but then kick it as hard as I could, or like I like squeeze a ball, squeeze as hard as I could, and then like I'd always drop it and just be like, did I really squeeze that as hard as I could? And after you finish doing the thing, it's very hard to know whether you did do it to your fullest extent.
Yeah. No, I hear that. But like, so something. Do you guys remember the episode we did with Koyejo about how more often than not it's the people who like actually question whether did I do enough? It's more often than not those people who actually did do enough, who actually did do their best. You get what I mean? So I think there's a fine line between like being a high achiever and being an overachiever. In the sense that a high achiever is like, okay, I'm going to give this my best. An overachiever is like, I have to, like, bro, like, some people be like, literally, so some people, who mention names, but like, I'm going to like a lecture at like 9 a.m.
Guys will always bring up this library something.
No, literally, because I'm going to a lecture. Because I just don't understand why some people try to intimidate you with how much work they've done. Why am I going to a lecture at 9 a.m.? And then you see someone, you're like, oh, hi, how are you doing? And they're like, oh, yeah, I stayed into the library up till like 6 a.m. And I'm like, okay, good for you.
Why are you doing this?
Good for you, but why? Because actually, why? Like, there's just no need to do that. Get your sleep. Get your sleep, bro.
Like, you can actually work hard and still live a normal life.
Exactly.
Like, get your snooze
on,
bro.
Actually get your sleep. Like, stop. Like, actually stop. And the way they'll be saying it and everything, and I'm like, okay, like, that's very, very wonderful
this is
for
not
you,
something...
but I don't care, bro.
This is like weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, exactly. Weird flex, but okay. Like, literally.
Okay.
Quite literally weird flex, but okay. Because I actually don't understand. Like, what do you want me? Do you want me to clap for you? I don't understand. Like, bro. But yeah, no, I just think, like, to the whole thing of balance, I just think there is balance to be found, bro. You don't need to be staying in the library from 11 till 6. Like, I'm so sorry, but even that is indicative of the fact that you haven't used your day properly.
Yeah, like effectively.
Exactly, because why is it at 11 in the night that you're realizing, oh, actually, I have this to do?
Exactly.
Like, bro, what were you doing before?
You could be working from 5 to 11, but instead you're working from 11 to 6.
Yeah, exactly. So, what exactly were you doing before, bro? Like, this is not to bash anybody, please, but like I just don't understand. One thing I will never understand is people like promoting toxic work ethic. Yeah, toxic work habits. Yeah, that's the word. Like I just don't get it personally, and I never will. And it always makes me laugh when people think that I do, because like people will be like, oh, but you wake up at like 5, and I'm like, yeah. And I try to be in bed by 10. I try my very best to be in bed by 10. I try to get 7 hours, bro. Like, I'm not going to tell you that it happens consistently. But the truth of the matter is that even if, okay, so like worst case scenario, I'll be in bed by 11. And then I'll get up at like 5:30. Like, yeah, that's what, 6 hours, 30 minutes. Opposed to you, 11 to 6. When are you not going to sleep, bro? Like,
bro.
What do you mean?
Why are you going to sleep 2 hours?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. I just think as someone that has actually, like, as people close to me know that I've had issues with sleep for a while, like literally until like 2021, I was like, okay, I actually need to figure out something with regards to this sleep thing, because I need to sleep more. Like, not having sleep is crazy, man. It's actually, like, do you actually know how much that does to like your brain development and your just like actual efficiency as a human being? Like, it takes a lot away from you. So like, actually, don't do that. Longer shows, don't do that,
bro. I feel like people should put a lot of emphasis on like rest, because I mean we all rest, but I feel like the key to, like, my mom always tells me that like the key to a balanced life is just rest after work, and when you wake up early at like 5, you're working from like, let's say like 7 up until like 5, and you're just like, okay, maybe like, bro, it's okay, like, just relax. Just chill. Do something. Do something that isn't too tasking in your brain, that will make your like head tight, and just like rest.
Declutter.
Because rest is like, it's so sweet. Like, after you've like really, just really been working through the gears the whole day.
Yeah. I think rest is important. Personally, I'm a huge fan of just taking a chill pill every now and again. So yeah, no, honestly, because I feel like now is actually because actually just also having a full life, actually doing other things apart from like just studying all the time, generally speaking. Because I hear lots of people say, now is not the time to do something or something like that, and I'm like, well, actually, I don't know.
If you tried hard enough, you could low-key make the time.
Yeah, you could make it. In my opinion, number one, you can make it work. Number two, I also, if you're saying now is not the time, I actually don't know when you think the time
that really would be.
Is it when you start a job? Because I mean, things could be techie.
Is it when you have a family?
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, kids, things will be even more techie. You get what I mean?
So is it until after you retire that you can start doing all?
Yeah, exactly. So it's for me. It's just a very, very slippery. It's a very, very slippery slope. Thinking, now is not the time to do something. I'm like, actually, I think what you're trying to say is now is the time, and just make a plan and make it work. Because I actually don't. I personally, I just don't think. I don't think it gets any easier from here. Me personally, that's just what I personally think. So yeah, I think people should figure it out. Have a full life, man. Like,
Yeah.
That's what me. That's my personal. What's it called?
Cool.
Yeah, and that's actually, I think that's actually one of my top tips for uni with regards to, because we said we were going to do top tips for uni as well. That's probably one of my top tips for uni, like have a full life. What are your other, like, if you had to give someone top tips for uni? What are your other?
Aside from going to all your lectures.
Apart from going to all your lectures.
I'll probably say, like, in the beginning of uni, really, like, I know it's easier said than done, especially for people that may have like anxiety or people that may be introverts. But going up to talk to people isn't as hard as you think, because people more often than not feel the exact same way that you do. It's like is a very endearing thing for somebody who has like anxiety or is introverted or is withdrawn to have somebody else come up to them and just like talk to them. Like it is quite a nice thing. So just like even if it's just like, I see you walking by, I like your shoes. bro, it's just like small things like can
Small
just like
things like that.
accumulate into like a conversation, into a friendship, go to a society. You could like this person might have a dad who works in this company that you just so happily need to work at. It's like it's just like
all sorts of things.
Yeah, like the opportunities everywhere. Like
don't be closed off. Yeah,
really don't be closed off. Just like speak to people.
I feel that. And yeah, it's obviously at the end of the day, like it's easier said than done. But
it is easier said than done.
I also think there's such a comfort with being I was about to say being unethically. No, not being what's it called? Authentically. That's the word I'm trying to say. Being authentically yourself. Like, even if you are nervous, you can literally just go, oh, hi, I'm a bit nervous, but hi. Like, literally,
exactly.
no one is going to bash you for being nervous, bro. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
You're in a place with, like, literally thousands of strangers. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's reasonable to feel nervous.
No, facts, though. Like,
especially, like, if you're in a brand new city where you never lived before in your life, and now you're going to spend the next probably like 3 years of your life here.
Yeah, exactly. It can be nerve-wracking. So, like, your nerves are justified, bro. No one is actually going to bash you for being nervous. Like, if anything, people will be like, "Oh, you're nervous, but you're actually trying." So, like, they would actually like engage you in the conversation.
Put in like efforts as well to engage.
Yeah, that's what I think. Koyejo, what other top tips do you have for the people at home? For the people at home. Apart from go to all your lectures. I can't believe this guy said
that is such a tip.
This guy actually said I realized I didn't do anything.
No, can you imagine this guy to get so shocked like
my guy was actually like, oh wow. I was like, wow, there's stuff I don't know.
Do not make the mistake I did. Like, regardless of your course, regardless of whatever you're doing, because I always like to clown certain people from certain courses that they don't have to do as much work. But I can't, like, just know your work. Like, just do everything. Go to all your lectures. Study.
What a guy, honestly.
Okay, yeah. But
what a lad.
Like, a real tip. I'll probably say give yourself a timetable, especially if you're someone like me, that I kind of struggle sometimes with my time management, because I can just be like, okay, I just got back from my lecture. Like, I don't have to like work right now. I can just chill for like 30 minutes before I start working. And then almost 2 hours have passed.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Like, time can escape from you really, really quickly.
Really, really quickly, yeah.
So,
facts, yeah.
I say give yourself like a timetable for 2 reasons. So you can get like a regular amount of work done, especially if you're in a course like mine, where you always more or less know how many pieces of work you're going to be getting a week. Because I more or less get like 1 assignment from each of my 4 modules every week. There's 7 days in a week. I can give myself like an allocated day to do each one, and the rest can basically just be used as like overflow. And whatever days I have remaining the week, I use to prep for next week, like do my revisions and everything. Like, if there's any pre-lectures that I have to watch for next week, that's when I do it. I usually like handle that during the weekend. So yeah, I say give yourself a timetable so you can always like keep yourself accountable, so and get as much as you need to be getting done, and also to help you maintain like a good sleep schedule. Because a big part of my academic failings last term was just that I had a nonsense sleep schedule. Like, I don't even know what happened, but like
I know
eventually my sleep.
I know.
No, do you get? We can tell you exactly what happened.
Anyway, by actions aside, let's focus on the consequences.
Say by actions. It's actually crazy being like, as someone that has practically like lived with Koyejo before, it's actually insane. Like, bro, I don't understand. Like, literally, we'll be in this guy's house and this guy will be up to like 2 a.m. I'm like, what's this guy doing? Literally, for me, like, even if it's holiday, maximum. Unless like I'm doing something or like for some reason it's just just a day or whatever. Maximum by midnight, I'm like, I beg. I'm going to sleep. And then I'll wake up in the morning, this guy will be knocked out. I'll be like, I'll get up, I'll be doing whatever. This guy will trudge out of bed at like 1, like, literally, I'm like, this guy. That's great.
It's like, you don't have to live that way. Like, you could just sleep at 11 and wake up at 7.
Do you actually understand?
But yeah, like my sleep schedule was actually at a point where I was sleeping at like 4.
No. Do you know what? Same, bro. Same.
11, maybe
Same,
12.
Same.
So if I'm lucky, maybe I'll make it on time to like my 11 a.m. lectures. But at 9 a.m., that was basically out of the question.
I can't lie, Koyejo. I feel like the roots of our sleeping problem started in lockdown when like it was just us.
Oh yeah,
guys.
because you guys, yeah. Because you guys were always like playing. You guys were always like playing Fortnite to like crazy hours.
Crazy hours.
I promise you, there was a time. There was a time you guys were playing Fortnite, and I went to sleep. I woke up and you guys were still there. Bro, I was like, what is going on? I was like, bro, did they put crack in this game? I was like, bro, I went to sleep. I said, like, good night, spiritual. I went to sleep. I'll wake up and I'll still conclude in the exact same place. I'm like,
same sports.
Bro.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
It was brilliant.
I couldn't explain to you like,
it was just like it's always just like, it was just like, just one more game. Oh, let's put this leg.
Like, nah, I got it. Something. No, it was always like this, like one more game, and then and then like almost immediately we now die. It's like, come on, guy, like we can't go out like that. We can't go out like that. Run it back.
And we just keep on.
It's like, nah, guy, we were so close. Like, bro, just give one more shot. I'm sure we'll win the next one.
And rinse and repeat, bro. These guys do this every single day, bro. I was like, wow.
I can't like Fortnite had us in a chokehold in that lockdown, bro. Not gonna lie.
They tried so many times that my mom will like wake up at like 5 a.m. She meets me. I just like, I think what are you doing?
Like, what are you actually doing? Oh my days! Actually crazy.
It was actually so funny because it would always start with like me. And I'll call Koyejo and I'll be like, and before I can even call Koyejo, as I call Koyejo, I hear this guy telling his PS4. Because he already knows.
He already knows what time it is. But lockdown was a crazy time. Lockdown was a crazy time. Like, honestly, I can't even particularly like blame you guys because everyone does like everyone has something. You get what I mean? There was no future.
No, like as far as I was concerned, like this was life. This was the life I was going to be living. Like A-levels were nowhere near.
Yeah.
It's like fun. I was like, bro, there's literally like a good how many more. Like once I knew that I wasn't doing IGCSEs again, I said, why am I trying?
Why am I trying? Because everyone needed something. Like for me, it was obviously like I started the podcast and I was like making videos pretty much every single day back then. And I was like, literally, my life was wake up, do a bit of work, I would either like write or like do some like physics or something, and then make a video. If I had a podcast recording that day, do a podcast recording, and then in the evening watch football. That was all. That was my literally rinse and repeat every single day in lockdown. That was my.
Like you were even at least you had like constructive hobbies to fall back on.
Like,
bro, I don't write.
If I actually tell you the hours that like I would spend playing that Fortnite game, bro. It was actually crazy. It was like 8 p.m. to like 5 a.m.
No, it was actual like you want to actually think they were paying you for this work. Like it was actually crazy.
No, bro, bro.
It was
bad.
But if you left me to my devices, they could have been. That's what I'm gonna say.
They could have been paying.
They could have been paying me.
You could have been the next ninja, bro.
I could have been. Like, they just didn't want to see me shine. Like,
oh my days. No, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Yeah. It is what it is. I believe everyone needs a hobby, though. I'm a firm believer in this science. Everyone needs a hobby, or more than one. Like, do things, bro. You know, like video games is objectively video games is fine. Like that's all right.
It is a hobby.
Do that every now and again. But
don't get addicted.
Don't get addicted. Number one, and then also have other hobbies as well. In my opinion. In my opinion.
I feel like there's two different kinds of hobbies. There's hobbies that are fun, and there's hobbies that like better you as a person. If you
I feel like you can have both.
I feel like
I feel like you should have both.
You should have
video
both,
games. It's fun and everything, but like you're not gaining skills.
You're not gaining
life
anything.
skills.
You're not getting anything. Yeah.
Aside from like enjoyment, you're not really gaining
recreation. You're not getting anything.
But I don't know. Just like this comes from somebody who doesn't have like.
Doesn't have any hobbies.
like find a hobby. Like get something to do that like you enjoy and hopefully can benefit you in some kind of way.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for what that thing is, but like
one day.
Could have been 7-a-side football, but like unfortunately the timing just didn't add up.
The timing just didn't add up. We can find a league or something, so it'll be vibe sharp. But
we can.
I know what my next hobby is. Definitely my next hobby is crochet. I'm definitely the crochet.
I thought you were gonna say basketball.
No, bro. No.
I play basketball, tennis, and football. But like, it's
like football. Was not keeping my thing, but my coach in A-levels didn't believe in me. I had one appearance in my whole. Well, to be fair, there was no football in first year.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy. That one appearance was against Hertwood, Shibi. That one appearance.
No, I didn't play against Hertwood. That's why.
Oh, you didn't play?
No, that would have been my second one if I would.
I
just watched.
Yeah, that was good.
Like these niggas did not rate me. I made in my whole A-level career, I made one appearance and I didn't even start.
I can't lie.
I came on at halftime.
But this is what it is. I mean, you can still play like just socially, sure you guys.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, is it too late to like join a social league or something? I don't even know how all these.
Do you know what? No. Let's actually join a social league. I'll be so down to just like ball out, bro. I'll be so down to ball out, bro. It would add to the quality of life. Like imagine just like Tuesday evening.
Can't confirm.
I would have something to look forward to.
Yeah. Because I used to be part of. Yeah, I used to be part of the basketball social league, but I'm pretty sure that's finished now. So I'll be slow to open share in terms of something to do with my life. So
like this. I'm so sorry for derailing the episode of the podcast.
No worries.
Talking about
it happens all the time, so we don't even care, bro.
But yeah, like listeners, viewers, chats, comments, find a hobby. Like find that. I think that would be my second tip, actually. Especially like if you don't have any friends, find a hobby because you make friends with that hobby. If you do have friends, your hobby would be for you and your friends to do together.
I'm so sorry.
How can you say it like that? How can you say No, it's actually wild, bro, because it said when he said that, you imagine the person be like, oh, me, that's me. That's me.
Like somebody is definitely going to hear that whenever this comes and it's like, this guy is so real for us. Just speaking out facts. I hope I changed somebody's life Chat, comments.
You say chat. I was tripping.
It gets to chat.
Oh my days.
Let me know if I change your life. Like in the YouTube, I'll be checking. Like whenever this one comes out, let me know if I change your life.
It's coming out on Sunday, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, fair enough. Is there anything else we need to talk about? I mean, our desserts was meant to be deeper than material things, but we've already talked about that. Plus, I actually think we might be better served saving that for the next podcast episode. But basically, what we're going to talk about was like, actually, maybe not the next one, because the next one, I mean, we'll talk about that off camera. But yeah, no. I think saving that for a future episode. But basically, what we're going to talk about was like how, I think you can't just, in my opinion, you can't just go to uni and the plan just can't just be like, I want to get rich. In my opinion, in my opinion, can't work.
You have to be more intentional about what you're actually doing.
Trying to get out of it. I agree. I think to end the episode, what was my top tip? Like out of all the top tips that we've said, I think my actual toppest of the top tips,
creme de la creme.
Yes, exactly. Creme de la creme of the tips would be enjoy it. I think that's mine. I think that's honestly mine, because this is actually something I thought about before. I was like, bro, like, so yeah, I'm busy. I'm working a lot. But I also like, these are things I've wanted to do for like, I'm not going to say since I was a child because that's a lie, but since I was probably like 15, you get what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm studying law in London, like, and I'm also like, you also have the independence to kind of take control of the reins of, no, let me not say take control of the reins of your life, because God is at the reins of my life, but to like actually have independence and actually like, have some executive say in like how you actually live your life. That is, in my opinion, something to be enjoyed, and I choose to enjoy that every day. So, yeah, give it your all, give it everything you've got, do your best, and God will take care of the rest, in my opinion. Now, so yeah, thank you guys for listening to the episode. Thanks to Fiade and Koyejo for helping out as usual, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.